Hey, we're Mortgage Nerd. This is a big topic. We're talking about forbearances. Let's look at the stats on what's really going on with forbearances. Everybody thinks that we're going to have this huge tsunami of foreclosures coming in that's just going to wreck everything, and there's going to be blood in the streets, as they say, and that we're going to have these values drop, and it's going to be madness, and oh man, we have all this ability to invest and buy up property. I don't agree, because I don't see it, and I've been saying this since the beginning of the pandemic. I said, unlike last recession and market crash, the benefit to the investors that can come in and do something is not going to be a huge crash in value where you're going to be able to buy properties low. Rather, it's going to be a huge drop in the mortgage rate where it's going to allow you to refinance and to buy property at a low rate. Now, if you weren't listening to me last year and you were waiting around, you not only missed out on the lowest rates in history, but you also missed out on lower property values because the property values continue to go up. Watch the other video on the home value appreciation predictions and even the mortgage rate predictions in this little series that I'm doing here. Remember, the Heat's in the playoffs, so that's why I'm wearing this. Oh man! All right, so we're going to talk about forbearance. Let's look at this first slide. So upon leaving forbearance, what percentage of borrowers do what? Do they pay it all in full? Have they worked out a plan? Are they still in trouble? So at one point, at like the highest point, 8% of all borrowers were in forbearance. Of that 8%, this bottom line, the red, shows that they're still in trouble. We're really talking about 15%, 16% of those 8%. So we're talking about 1%, 2% of the population that have mortgages. Is that gonna really wreck everything and they're gonna have blood in the streets, as they say? No. And 1 to 2% foreclosure is normal. It just is. People in my office yesterday, as I'm saying this, are like, Phil, you're so mean. No, it's not mean. It is. It is. In the market crash, had foreclosures. I had a bankruptcy. I got rid of all my properties. I didn't have any bailouts. I didn't have forbearance. I didn't have anything like that. And they say, oh, but there's a pandemic now. It's different. Yeah, it's not my fault the market crashed. Same way it's not anyone else's fault the pandemic happened. So either way, there's a lot of things here to help people. And there's a lot of equity to refinance or to sell. I mean, sell your house. Don't go into foreclosure. You did forbearance. It got you through. Sell. Go rent. Get back on your feet. There's ways to do that. You don't have to shoot yourself in the foot and get into foreclosure. About half of those are paying it in full. These are people that said, I know because I talked to them a lot, that said, I'm going to do forbearance just in case. And they have their money saved. They have $20,000, $40,000, $50,000 and they pay the whole amount that they owe in full. I had a client do it the other day. She's like, I'd happily do it so I can refinance right away and get my ex-husband off my back. That's what it was. It was great. So a third of everyone, they're working out some kind of a payment plan, some kind of a modification. They add it to the end, something like that. So this is really good. I like this slide. So this one's similar, showing who paid it in full, who worked out a repayment plan, how many were still in trouble. You guys take a look at that. You can pause the video. You can take a picture. Do what you want. I'm not going over it. All right, so this one's cool because it shows us the total number of mortgages that were in forbearance and as they have been coming down pretty drastically. It goes all the way back to May of last year, of 2020. So May 29th, and it shows on the top in millions. So there were over 4 million back in May. Understandable. May, June, July, August, we're still over 4 million. That's the red. Now we go down to this orange, I think it's orange, and we're in the 3 millions. And then finally, October of last year, it drops into the 2 millions. And that's kind of where we've been, from the high 2 millions to the low 2 millions now as of April of 2021. So it really shows a tapering off where about half of the people are still in forbearance. Remember, 50% of these people that are getting out are paying it in full. 30%, about a third of them, are coming up with payment plans. And then it's just a sixth of them, 15, 16%, that are in trouble and they can't do it and they need to sell their house. If you have equity, sell your house. Stop messing around. Stop looking for some kind of a bailout. You've been bailed out for a year. Sell your house. Add to this market. Help this market by selling. Ask over asking price and get more money, and go rent something. Do what you got to do. Buy something smaller. Maybe you can't afford this place. Maybe you need to buy something better. I don't know. But there are options for you. Don't go into foreclosure. Don't let that happen to you. That's all I've got on these slides on forbearance, Mortgage Nerd Out. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, hit the bell, support this channel so I can keep giving you good content and information on mortgages and real estate. Mortgage Nerd Out.